Hey, it's Jay Patrick hanging out at CMA Fest 2022. She is one of the most refreshing voices to come along in country radio in quite some time. You can check out her new single, available now on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Something or Somebody. Twinnie, welcome to WSM.
Thank you so much for having me.
And this is your first CMA Fest, I understand?
Ever. Yeah. So I'm so excited.
And you just came from Fanfare X, which is kind of like an expo that's part of CMA Music Fest, and you actually got to meet some of your fans there.
I know. I thought there was going to be like 2 people, including my team, but there was like a line right around the block, and I started getting really emotional. I was like, "Oh, you're here for me." It was lovely.
Your story is so interesting because you've had this career in performing arts, television and movies, and so I'm just curious, like, what drew you to focus solely on music right now?
Well, I think I've always been doing music. I've been on stage since I've been 4 years old. So, and where we were taught that if you sang, danced, acted, then, you work more. So I did lots of different jobs to support my music career. And I don't think it was hard for me to penetrate because I didn't know anybody in the music industry. So I actually found my way in through musical theatre, through Brian May, who was obviously from the Queen band.
Right.
And yeah, got loads of advice and just slowly, it's been definitely a journey. But I think what I would say is I was always drawn to amazing storytellers, and that's how I grew up, on just amazing songwriters, and country was very much part of that. So somebody said to me once, "Oh, you should go to Nashville. I think you'd really love it there." And that was like 10 years ago. And then I've just not stopped coming back.
How often are you in Nashville?
I'm here that often. People think I live here. But yeah, I'm back and forth like a yo-yo at the minute, which is kind of how I like it because obviously my family's over there. And I feel like I get the best of both worlds, you know? So it's really cool.
What I love in watching some of the stuff that you've produced, especially you can find it on your website or on YouTube, the videos that you make for your music, and you really you tap into your past and performance, and it's like every video is another mini chapter in this larger story. And a lot of what you've produced starts with you speaking with a counselor, and that kind of sets up the song that you go into. And I love that. That's brilliant. Aww. And I'm just wondering, like, was that your influence? I mean, and is mental health something important to you? So that's why you decided to go that route.
Well, I feel like, the music videos are definitely another way to, get the message across. Visuals are so important to me. And I think as an artist, I love for the listener to create a world to, for them to escape in. And Welcome to the Club is all about this inclusive place where it's like a call to action for everybody to be authentically themselves. And it highlights this human experience where we've all been the heartbreaker. One heart is the catalyst to this story. Mm-hmm. And I'm such an advocate for mental health. So I started thinking like, well, it was done in the pandemic. It was written in the pandemic. And I was just seeing all these artists and just people struggling. And there was so much division. I just decided, like, whatever I put out into the world, I want it to bring people together, have that bigger meaning of like we're more similar than we are different. So yeah, you're right. Dying Inside kind of tells this story of like we were all so good at putting on a show, but you never know what's going on behind closed doors. And Something or Somebody is about we've all got something or somebody to quit, like a vice. And then Welcome to the Club is this celebration at the end. I mean, you mentioned the videos. They are, we submitted it for the British Short Film Festival because I'm a female director, and I just love to, let the listener live in every bit of it. So yeah, I'm really proud of like what we created, and my team luckily was so behind me and just let me roll with it. And we've had some really great feedback, so I can't wait for the film to be released.
Oh, it's amazing. It's fantastic. It's fun. I mean, all the aspects of your personality come out in the videos that you've produced. It's you don't go down one road. It's like some are uplifting and some are introspective and celebratory. Yeah. I love watching your work. I actually saw you perform live during the country radio seminar. You did a showcase one night. and I got to go and watch that. And actually, I think they showed some of your short film there and some of your videos there.
Yeah, I think you're right. They showed the trailer at CRS, and that was like my first time. And what I love about this community, because Welcome to the Club is very inspired by the Nashville community. I know what it kind of feels like to be the outsider, but they've never made me feel like that. Everyone's really celebrated my individuality, my label, like, you know, and I think that's the bigger message of what Welcome to the Club is about, because there's enough room for everybody.
I've got a few like short answer random questions I'd like to get to. This is fun for you. Okay, so any artist, anytime, living or dead, what would be your dream musical collaboration?
This is so hard. Hard. Well, I would say dead. Can I have dead or alive?
Yeah, you can do both. There's no rules here.
It would have to be a trio. It'd have to be like Freddie or Michael Jackson, just because of their like performance, and they're such good showmen. I feel like we could get a really amazing performance.
I don't know that Freddie Mercury's performance at Live Aid, at that first Live Aid performance, will ever be beat as a live show. That could be the greatest live performance ever.
And like, my first job was with Queen, Brian May. So he used to tell us all these stories, and I'm so inspired by people that have come before me, and in this town as well. I think art inspires art, and he just like inspired me to be different, to be who I was, and he was breaking boundaries, barriers, and like knocking them down, just being himself. And I think we've all got that in us. That's our superpower, to be ourselves. So.
And Brian has to be impressed that it seems like every new generation that comes along discovers Queen, and they just stay.
They're just timeless. Like if you do something right, you don't have to do it again. It's timeless. I would say alive, though, it has to be Dolly and Bruno Mars.
Oh, yeah, together.
Yeah.
A trio.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who was your biggest music inspiration when you were growing up?
I feel this is a weird one for me. I would say writing. I took a lot of inspiration from Tupac.
Oh, okay.
Tupac, yeah. Just like his cadences, and also Billy Joel and Dolly, like them together. And I think Shania Twain, Spice Girls, for me, I grew up on them. So.
I didn't want to bring that up, but you remind me a lot of Shania Twain, and I thought about that when I saw your showcase at CMA.
Well, that's a massive compliment. Thank you. If I could just have just an eighth, just like a tiny bit of a success that she had.
But when I saw your energy, I was like, man, this reminds me of when Shania first came on the scene.
Good.
Do you have a favorite song lyric?
Of my own?
Or any song lyric?
Of my own, I would say, to everybody else, it looks like I'm alive, but I'm dying inside.
Oh, wow.
I like that. That's a bit deep.
Yeah.
Or it only takes one heart to break too.
Yeah. Those are great lyrics.
Thank you.
And what is your guilty pleasure?
What's my guilty pleasure? I like to, I don't know, probably watch Netflix a lot. There's a show called Selling Sunset. I can't believe I'm about to admit that. It's just like it kind of numbs my mind. I've got ADHD, so my mind is constantly ticking like that. But that show does something where I'm just like, I can relax. So,
it's soothing.
Can't believe I've admitted that, but whatever.
Well, Twinnie, it's so nice to meet you. Thanks for coming by. I hope you enjoy the rest of your CMA Music Fest, and I can't wait to see you next time you're in Nashville.
Thank you. I just want to say this is my first interview at CMA Fest, so
really?
We've made history today.
Oh, well, I'm totally honored.
I'm honored. Thank you. It's been amazing.
One day you'll look back and be like, that first one was terrible, but they got better after.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.